Today we're diving into a new Korean Poppy jungle build which I'm convinced will take over the meta. It's tanky, oppressive and has surprising burst potential. Whether you're climbing ranked or just looking to dominate your games, this build can catch even experienced players off guard. Let's kick things off with the core build. This is a high utility Poppy jungle setup focused on anti-mobility and teamfight control, with a big help of burst damage. You're going to start with the blue jungle item for the extra movement speed it gives you while clearing and pathing, crucial for those early ganks. Your first major power spike is the Umbral Glaive. Once you pick this up, you unlock a ton of map control, and the vision denial plus the early power spike makes you incredibly dangerous, especially if you land the wall stun with your E. It's the kind of damage that surprises both you and your opponents. After that, look to grab Boots of Swiftness as soon as possible and upgrade them fully to take advantage of their new passive when you can. It's only 500 gold and the value is insane for a fast moving jungler like Poppy. Next, look to get your hands on Shin as fast as possible to build Iceborn Gauntlet from it. The Shin passive synergizes perfectly with Poppy's own passive and Q, and once completed it adds a hefty chunk of tank stats too. From there, go into Deadman's Plate for even more mobility or Force of Nature if you're up against heavy AP comps. If you still think you need more damage, building Standard Sky on Poppy is always a great choice. Otherwise, once you've hit these core items, the rest are situational. Jack Show is always a great all-around option for scaling and for more resists. Randwin's Omen is essential if you're up against fat crit champs like Yasuo, Yone or a popping off ADC. You can also go into Thornmail if you need the Grievous Wounds and Thorns effect. And if you're looking for more survivability, you can pick up Unending Despair since it will heal you while you're fighting. Overall, this build gives Poppy the perfect balance of tankiness, utility and damage, making her a nightmare to deal with in both skirmishes and full-on teamfights. Now for the runes, this is where things get spicy. Instead of the usual tanky resolve path, you're running Hail of Blades in the domination tree. This rune helps Poppy deal as much damage as possible, as fast as possible. It also creates more opportunities for bursting people down with its damage, so most of the time they don't even expect it. For the rest of the tree you go for Sudden Impact, which has great synergy with the dash on E, Eyeball Collection for bonus damage scaling, and Relentless Hunter for the map presence and better pathing. As for the secondary runes, you go for Triumph in order to help you survive after securing a pick on someone, and Legend Haste since the additional CDR is great for Poppy. This rune setup turns Poppy into a war-ready, relentless bruiser who can force fights and come out alive. The skill order for Poppy jungle is straightforward and efficient. Max Q first for damage and clear speed, then E for reduced cooldown and better gank potential. Keep W at one point early for anti-dash, then max it last. This lets you clear efficiently, skirmish early, and control fights with your wall stance and zoning. So you might be thinking to yourself, why is Poppy actually good, especially in this meta? Well, let me tell you. Poppy's main identity has always been as a great counter pick for champions with dashes. Her W is one of the best anti-dash tools in the game. She completely shuts down champions like Lee Sin, Irelia, Viego, Tristana, basically anyone that relies on mobility. If the enemy is near a wall, that's the perfect spot for Poppy to be in. One well-placed E can stun them into terrain followed by your Q and passive for massive burst. And don't forget her ultimate. You can either half charge it to keep targets in place with a bit more CC, or you can fully charge it to knock away key enemies from teamfights. You can either do this to create opportunities for your team in a 5v5 scenario, or another great way to use it is to knock away junglers before you want to smite an objective, essentially securing it for your team. Poppy really has one of the most versatile kits in the game, and this build makes the most of it. This Korean Poppy jungle build is fun, powerful, and honestly one of the best sleeper picks right now. You get playmaking, durability, and enough damage to surprise people in every fight. If you enjoyed this guide, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what champion or off-meta build would you like cover next. Thank you very much for watching, and now you're certified to go slam some people into walls with Poppy.